Okay, let's give it just a few minutes and see if anybody joins in. Just want to thank Keith and Laura for allowing me to come over to their wonderful house, and we're going to do a live. So our guest chef has not appeared yet, but Keith assures me he's coming, that he just said that it was going to be like he was going to probably be 5 minutes late.
Jambalaya, crawfish pie,
Justin, I didn't think you were coming.
Hey y'all are, happy for y'all to see me, I guarantee.
Just want to introduce y'all.
Cherie, how are you?
I'm
good to see you
so
again.
good, Justin. Thank you so much.
Hello,
Justin Wilson, y'all. Welcome, Justin, to our cooking show.
Heard you cooking some jambalaya.
Cooking some jambalaya today.
I love me some jambalaya.
But Justin, we're gonna cook it in half the time
It won't
that
be
you
as
cook
good.
it.
It won't be as good.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
No, jambalaya gotta cook slow and get all the juices.
Oh, but Justin, wait till you taste this.
Okay, we will see.
We have got Pampered Chef is now. Have you ever heard of Pampered Chef?
Not really, no.
Well, you're going to be so impressed.
Okay.
And we call this one of our power tools. And this cooks things much quicker.
It don't look like a drill to me.
Well, it is. Yeah, it's not a drill, but it's going to be a tool in your kitchen that makes things easier for you. And I guarantee that you will want one of these when we finish this jambalaya.
Right.
And it actually has 16 settings for doing different things.
Okay.
And it cooks quickly, but it savors the meat to where it's very juicy and all the flavors.
Are we going to talk about it or are we going to cook it?
We going to cook it.
Okay, then what you want me to do?
You ready to get started?
What you want me to do?
So the first thing we're going to do, so I haven't made jambalaya quite as often as you have, so I do actually have like a recipe.
I don't see no filet. How you going to have jambalaya without some filet?
Oh, did I forget my filet? Oh, Justin, you have
Hold
filet?
on. Maybe there'll be something.
Wait a minute, you're not.
There'll be something in here in the refrigerator. Something.
Laura, Keith, do y'all have filet? I forgot mine. Justin, just make yourself at home. You can find it.
Oh, don't worry, I found it.
Yeah, we have to have filet. I do have Cajun seasoning though.
Well, that might have to do, because I don't see the fillets. Oh, there it is. There's the filet right there.
Okay.
That's where we need some filet. Yeah, okay, we're ready now.
Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to...
I want to told you something first.
What's that?
Let me ask you this. Do you know where the filet come from?
Out of this bottle?
Yeah. Oh, you're so smart. Yeah, I think out of the bottle, Shetty. Come on now. The filet come from the sassafras root. You know?
Sassafras.
Yeah, I guarantee.
I wonder how they make that. You think they have like this Pampered Chef fine grater that they grate it up with, or the herb?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I want to just show you some things that we're going to use today.
Okay.
So I'm sure that y'all have the big food processor that you plug in. Yes, and you love to use it when you're making big things.
No, I use. This
use
what Justin used. We don't use no food processor.
Okay, so we have something because we're all about making things quick. Mm-hmm. Justin, I work full time, and most of the people do. They're not like you and a chef full time. So we have to make things quick. You don't think that's a full-time job? So we're going to use this manual food processor.
Okay.
And you don't have to plug it in. You know, the big food processors are great when you're doing big batches.
So if you was out in the P-roll and you was going down the bayou and you needed to chop up some onion,
you
got it right there.
Or if the hurricane comes through and you have no
don't
power.
talk about hurricanes. No.
But I guess if you have no power, you wouldn't be able to use my quick cooker.
No, you'd have to use the fire.
It would work. And then this is the quick slice. So
slice with a knife.
But you slice one at a time with a knife, right?
Yeah.
So how many slices are we getting at once with this?
A bunch of them in there.
There's a bunch of them to do
a bunch of knives in there.
A bunch of knives. So, Justin, I'm going to give this to you
Oh, thank you very much.
for coming and cooking with me.
Thank you very
And
much.
I promise you are going to love this.
All right, I will try it out.
And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up our sausage in this.
Okay.
And I'm just going to show you real quick how to do it. And then we're going to cut some of that up.
You got the good sausage?
Oh, absolutely.
Kaneka. Good sausage, yeah. That's good
Kaneka.
stuff.
It's
I
the,
guarantee that's some good
that's the
stuff.
best. The best. I wasn't real sure if my guests like real hot things, so I was hesitant to.
Cajuns like everything hot, Lady Shetty.
I knew you would, but I wasn't sure about our host.
I got you.
So, we, you know, have to think about others sometimes, Justin. And I mean, personally, I get the hot, everything hot. But you know what? We can always add more hot sauce,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Okay, so we are actually just gonna, you know, like cut this the size of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just gonna lay this right here. And then I'm going to just take this right here, and I'm going to, and sometimes you have to kind of get it in the thing. Now look at that.
Oh my goodness, that is something else.
Okay, so we're gonna just stick this, and we're just gonna pour it in there. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna let you do that.
You put it in here like this?
That's correct. Up,
No, this way. Okay.
or you can turn that, which would probably be easier.
Look at that.
And you can mushrooms.
Look at that. That's something
I
else.
mean, all sorts. Mushrooms, celery, bell pepper. We'll be doing.
That's a
lots
whole
of
lot
things.
easier than this.
Absolutely.
Whole lot easier than that.
You're pretty good with that knife,
Oh,
Justin.
I used one once or twice.
I bet I'm not. I know you've been cooking for a long time.
We should.
But do you know that 90% of the people that use knives do not know the proper way to
They
hold a
never
knife?
watched my show then.
So I'm curious. I want to see if you really know how.
There's only
Well-
one way to hold a knife.
Oh.
You gotta put your thumb there. You gotta control the knife with the thumb.
And you want me to tell you something? And that's exactly right. And you use the rock and back.
It's like a train.
And look at where your thumb is.
It says peak.
So that is PC. That stands for Pampered
Oh,
Chef. And
it's
that
right in
is
the
where
right
your
spot.
thumb goes.
Yep, that's good.
Is that not
That's
not good? Okay, so I'm going to actually go on ahead and let this heat up. So we're going to put it on sear, and I'm going to get a little bit of oil, like a tablespoon of oil, and put in there. And
Pam. The oil.
good deal. Now, Justin, I'm sometimes not real good about measuring, but I just kind of pour, and
It's not exact. It don't matter.
exactly.
Sausage is all cut up.
Okay, you think that's enough?
Oh, yeah.
Because we're gonna have also the chicken and the shrimp.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna let that heat up. Okay, so Justin, now I've got some breast right over there.
You gotta cut this up too.
Yeah, but we're gonna go on ahead and let our meat be searing. So we just wanna cut these in chunks with our chef knife. Justin, I wish I could cut like that. I'm not quite as yeah, and you know I'm do you know how many people hold their fingers like this on the object they're cutting?
Did you lose a finger? You look like this.
So, and you show them you're using a claw grip, aren't you?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, and it also shields us kind of for you the knife
You
to
can
rest against if you need.
Judge how big you
Yes.
Give me that pot. I'll put this in.
Okay. So how has the weather been down in New Orleans? It's been so hot here.
Hot and muddy, Shady. Hot and muddy, like it always in New Orleans.
Yes.
The gators like it, but that's about it.
So, have you done any squirrel hunting lately?
Have not done any squirrel hunting since that game warden got me.
Oh goodness.
I
You
gotta
didn't-
have some water.
And so you
Water
say
got foam in it.
foam in it?
Mm-hmm.
That's good water.
It's good water.
So, see, Justice, we have, this quick cooker has a sear. So you see there's a sear button.
Like a cast iron pan.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just putting it on and it heats up very quickly.
Okay.
So,
Gotta put a lid on it?
no, not yet, because
Okay.
we're just searing it because we're going to want to, stir it up while it's searing.
We can't
So
use
why-
this knife no more till it get washed.
Yeah, I'll wash that because it's got chicken on it.
I got chicken on me too. I gotta be
You're
washed.
gonna have to wash your hands. That's a safety. Always, always, always use whenever you've been cutting up chicken. These knives will slice up that scrubber.
Uh-oh.
Mine at home is sliced
some
up
soap in.
quite a bit. Okay, so we ready to cut up some onions into some chunks?
We're gonna use the cutter for that?
Nope, we're just gonna do
Just
it the
chop
old-fashioned
it over,
way
okay.
and just cut that end off and cut it for me probably in, like 6 big
Okay.
chunks. I like your music you brought, Justin. That's
Good old Cajun music. Where did it go in the pot?
no, these are gonna go in here in
Oh,
this manual food
okay.
processor. Okay, and the way this works, Justin, is we're just gonna do like this. And the more you do it, the finer it gets. I want you to try it. And if you're left-handed versus right-handed, and you're actually getting a little bit of exercise.
Oh, yeah.
Might help that belly a little bit, you think?
There's a lot of money invested in this right here, Shirley. Lots of money.
And so sometimes you have to just kind of, move those around a little bit. But isn't that easy?
That's easy. Oh yeah, that's easy.
That's become one of my best friends. And you can throw this in the dishwasher. You just have to wash this by hand.
So what do you want to do with it?
Okay, so that we're gonna throw in this bowl for right now. We're gonna actually wait and let that meat sear first.
Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna do the bell peppers.
Wash that.
But actually we're gonna do them in the
Oh, okay.
in the food processor. But this does make great, like if you're making like fajitas. Oh, great. Great for that. Justin, you didn't have to rinse that onion bowl out.
I didn't.
It's all going in the same thing. It didn't
It's
have
all right.
chicken in it. Okay, yeah, you have to make sure you put that blade in first. And a lot of times, if you don't overload it, sometimes you won't get those big chunks. But I
Okay,
think onions coarser than bell peppers. So. But you can make that liquid for when you're making salsa. That's great for that.
That's good.
Oh, very good. And see how many? I mean, that was what 5 presses.
Yeah.
You would still be dicing, wouldn't you? Definitely
You need more
still
celery?
dicing. So
Celery?
yes, some more celery. I did do a little bit before you got here. stir this over here. Do you hear it sizzling?
I do hear it sizzling. I'm gonna told you something. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you see how fast that heated up?
I think I got a little too wild with it. All right, the vegetables is cut up.
Okay, so now, Justin, we're gonna add some garlic to that vegetable mixer.
Let me peel it. Let me peel it
no,
first.
No, you don't have no.
You gotta peel the garlic. You
No.
cannot put the peel. You cannot put the peel in there.
Not with the garlic press, Justin.
Oh,
Now,
show me, Shirley. Show me.
so all you've got to do is we're gonna put that piece of garlic in there, and then you're gonna press it. And you see this little thing right here? That little tool, look, just pops out. And so after the garlic presses, you'll see.
Okay.
And then you can even use that for cleaning. You put it, yeah. Look at that garlic.
That'll be nice and fine
Okay,
too.
now I want you to open it up and you, wait, does your wife like garlic cologne?
Oh no.
Okay, so
Not
you
at
know it when your hands touch the garlic, oh, for days.
Yeah. What is
So
this?
you take this and you've never touched the garlic and you just get it out. Pretty neat, huh, Justin?
Yep. We gotta do some more.
Yes, we're actually gonna do you like garlic? So, recipe calls for 3, always add 1 for good luck. Do we have any videographer? I finally have made enough money that I have my private videographer, Justin. You know, this is always my goal. Do we have any guests that have joined us?
We have a lot of guests that's joined us.
Okay, great. Well, welcome everybody. We're so glad to have y'all with us.
Howdy y'all are. I'm so glad for you to see me. I guarantee.
Justin, did you just throw the peeling in there?
No, it's right here.
Oh, okay. Are you sure, Justin?
Oh, maybe one piece.
The peeling goes in the. Oh, you did all of it, huh? Okay, good job. Okay, so now we are going to add our Cajun seasoning and our filet.
Okay.
And I went on ahead and measured out the Cajun seasoning, and we're just going to add that to this, and we just want to stir that around, and you can put a little bit of filet in there, and
You need a measuring spoon?
Huh?
You need a measuring spoon?
I don't need no measuring spoon,
Justin
Shirley.
doesn't need measuring spoons.
We're gonna eyeball that.
But Justin, I wish I would have brought my measuring spoon. It's adjustable. So instead of having 5 measuring spoons on your counter, you have 1. And
Miss
it's
Laura, you got
adjustable.
some measuring spoons.
Right there.
Oh, that's a mess right there. Now. Look
Okay,
at that.
so I
you
have
got
one.
more measuring spoons.
I have 1 measuring spoon. Actually, I
shoot them
have
up then.
2 because one of them is a tablespoon to a teaspoon, and then the teaspoon measures all the way up to
It's
a
getting
dime.
hot up in this kitchen. I told you.
It does
I
do
told
that,
you it's
Justin,
getting hot in this
but
kitchen.
it's not as bad if we had that stove going for all those hours cooking it. Because pretty soon we're going to cover this up and we're going to let it start cooking. Okay, so let's stir that in real good.
Stir this into the pot.
Nope, let's coat all the seasoning in our vegetables.
Lucky guess. My wife always tells me, Shirley, that I'm a mess. I always make a big mess in the kitchen.
Well, I make a mess
Had
too.
people clean like that.
It's just sometimes it makes food taste better. Okay, so now we're gonna add that into this. And we're gonna let
All
it
into this pot.
all into this pot. We're gonna let it saute just a little bit. So, and I brought one of my Pampered Chef cooking utensils. So I want you to feel the quality
Oh,
of that.
that's heavy. That's nice.
But not too heavy, right?
Perfect.
Yes.
Not flimsy.
Dishwasher safe.
Most of them you can bend. Not flimsy
Right,
at all.
right. All of our, just 90% of our items are dishwasher safe. So easy cleanup. So we're gonna
That's
let
a nice
that,
spoon.
yes. So we're gonna just kind of let that sear for just a few more minutes, maybe a minute. And
Sherry,
then we're going
in
to,
that Cajun spice, you got some cayenne in there, right?
absolutely,
Okay.
you have to have cayenne.
Okay, just making sure.
So,
Cayenne, the only pepper. Black pepper not good for you.
no.
Black
Why
pepper
is
not
that?
good. Black pepper don't digest.
Oh.
Goes in the same way it comes out. Yes, it does. I promise you that. The cayenne come fruit. Good pepper.
Okay, I have to read my recipe for a minute just to see what we do now.
It's sure smelling good over here. Hey, video lady, you need to come and take a picture of this with your video camera. Don't that look good? Oh, you guarantee it look good. You know it do.
Okay, I think that looks pretty good in brown, don't you think?
I think so.
So we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients, and then we're gonna let the quick cooker do its magic.
Okay.
Now, you know how I was telling you about the measuring spoons? So this is our measuring cup, and it does liquid and dry. So if I'm doing liquid, I just hold it just like this.
I saw
And this
Keith
is-
and Laura's up here.
Oh!
Look at that.
Oh no!
They
This
got
is,
a bunch of them.
yeah, so Justin, this is better because when you have a recipe that calls for
All
one
that for
quarter,
one thing?
yes, just need this one thing. See
Okay.
all the different. So what happens when you need to measure like some sour cream or some cream cheese?
You
or-
gotta get a little rubber spoon like this to dig it all out.
So no, this right here, this is the dry side. So all you do is you put it where you want it. So let's say I wanted, a fourth a cup of cream cheese or a fourth a cup of sour cream. So I measure it, and then I'm gonna take it into my bowl, and I'm just gonna pushes it all out. You don't have to do
That
that
makes it
digging out.
easy.
Does that make
Much
it easy?
easier.
So we're gonna put 2 cups of chicken broth in with that.
That's the wet side, huh?
Yes, this is the wet side. If it was the dry side, we'd have a mess. It would be going all
That's
over the place.
How much is this?
That's 1 cup.
Okay.
Because this is the small one. We have another size that's bigger than this, and we're gonna do 2.
You know what we didn't put in the jambalaya? We didn't got no gator in there.
Yeah, we're not gonna do gator.
Okay.
I'm not a gator fan.
Okay. I was a War Eagle fan, but I don't know
I'm
about
not
you.
I'm not a War Eagle fan.
That's what
either,
I heard. Oh, I got to go. Be on that. Be on that.
But Justin, nice color suspenders.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not crimson. It's red. What else we got to put in this
So,
jambalaya? You can't
we
have
gotta-
jambalaya without the rice. Where the rice go?
We-
We got to cook the rice. Why aren't you cooking
No,
the rice?
we're not cook. We're gonna put the rice in there.
Oh, my
We
God.
gotta put some
I don't know
tomatoes.
how you're going to put all this in this one pot.
Who's ever heard of having jambalaya without tomatoes?
How do you have all this in one pot? It's going to taste good. I don't know.
So, Justin, since I forgot my teaspoon, you're gonna have to get one of yours out.
What are you, my what?
A teaspoon.
A teaspoon.
And then I'm gonna also have to have the half a teaspoon. If it was mine, I would just have to have one and wash just
Let
one.
me tell you what, we got all kinds of spoons on here.
Right, but now you're
There's
gonna
a
have to wash
half a
all
teaspoon.
of them, aren't you?
How much I got to be
I need
doing?
1.5.
1.5.
1.5 teaspoons.
That's 1. And there's that half. You ain't gotta
Did
watch
you-
these no more.
Justin-
You can look at it and say, that's about one, and then go
Justin,
out.
you're supposed to use the measuring spoon.
Nah, they don't need it.
Okay, so we're gonna, now the hot sauce, Justin, it says a half a teaspoon. What you think?
I'll show you half a teaspoon of hot sauce, Shetty. There's a
Yeah.
quarter, there go a half, a
Okay,
little
we
bit
got
more.
a little bit more. Little bit more. And now our rice.
You don't have to
Justin,
cook the
you
rice.
see my rice? Okay, no, just pour it in there.
I don't know about this,
You just
Shetty.
pour that in
I
there.
don't know about this. This is something else here now. If it works, it's gonna be
And
amazing.
how many pots do you have to clean up afterwards?
We've got but one pot is as good as you got. I don't know if it's gonna be good enough.
Okay, so we're gonna, and then we're gonna put the top on. And, okay. Okay, so we're going to put the top on, and let me tell you, there's a little trick to this. So let's go on ahead, we're gonna cancel, because you know how we had it on sear? So we're gonna cancel. And so this top, you're just gonna kind of, and there's like a little noise it makes. I don't know if you heard all that, but you'll hear it again in a minute. And then we're gonna turn it, because we're gonna pressure cook. Now this
Oh, pressure cookers? I got to leave the house now.
No,
My
not
mama
with
blowed
this
one of them up
Justin.
one time.
Not with this one. This one won't blow up. It's got so many safety measures.
Okay then.
You see this little thing right here? So if it's not aligned exactly right, it's not going to let us start. And if you don't have this down, it's in a steam mode. So we can sear, we can steam vegetables. Do you know that I even made a pumpkin cheesecake in this last week?
In a pressure cooker? I don't think so.
In a
Shelly.
little bun.
I don't think so.
Absolutely, and it was delicious. So we've got to make sure that you see these little clouds
Oh,
or
I
an
guess.
arrow. To
I
me, it
told
looks
you
like.
I do. Yes, I see them.
Okay, and then we're gonna push this. Okay, you see they're aligned.
Mm-hmm.
You see this little regulator?
Mm-hmm.
So it's down flush. So we should be good to go. And we are gonna put this on the rice setting, it says.
That what the recipe say?
That's what the recipe says.
The recipe no.
Whoops, I missed it. Okay, so we've got it on the rice, and then we're just gonna hit start.
You want to go for a P-roll ride while all this cooks for the next
Yeah, I
2
was
hours?
gonna say, so, no, not 2 hours,
We can
just
go down on the bayou ride in the P-roll.
half the time. We don't have time to go ride on the P road. What is the P road?
It's a boat, Shetty. Come on, a little bitty boat.
Oh,
A little
okay.
bitty tiny boat that the alligators get to ride with you in.
Well, we're at Keith and Laura's house. Are we gonna put it in their concrete pool?
We'd go down to the bayou.
Okay.
Only 5.5 hours away.
So what we could do though, Justin, is while this is cooking, because it will take just about 10 or 15 minutes for it to build up
I don't
pressure,
think it'll be done, but we will see.
and then it will cook for a few minutes. And you see this little digital thing going
I
around?
see that little light circling around
Yeah,
there.
so that's telling me it's building up pressure. It doesn't
See
have
where
that
you
little.
need to leave.
Oh, and let me tell you something else. This will not get hot.
Not like the
On
one
the
on the stove
outside.
does.
Like, not the one on the stove. And the Instapot is a lot like quick cooker.
Mm.
But the Instapot gets very hot.
Ah.
And,
So the
but,
private chef made it better.
made it better, but they were smart. All their accessories fit in the Instapot.
Ah, so they can use them both ways.
They can use them on both of them if they've already got the Instapot, because a lot of people bought the Instapot. And if I need to move this, instead of picking up by here and maybe this lid coming off, or I've got these little handles, so
Okay.
I can just move it from the base wherever I want it to
But
be.
they put a little thought in that, Shetty. I promise you that.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this do its thing, and then we'll come back on shortly, and we'll show them how good it looks.
That sounds good to me. We'll see y'all in a minute. I told you that. I showed it. I guarantee.